Straight ahead tonight, we're tracking the newest information after a deadly shooting, Spokane South Hill. What we're learning from police as they are continuing that investigation tonight. And a change to the boundaries of Central Valley School District means some children are having their education moved. Why it's being done in the first place, when you might be able to appeal that change. And a Stevens County Sheriff's deputy, we have an update tonight. He was shot during a standoff Tuesday, headed home. That update on his condition and specifics of it straight ahead.
And I'm tracking the sunshine across the inland northwest with much warmer temperatures expected through this weekend and early next week. Your nonstop local at 6 p.m. starts now.
Sean Osley and Leslie Lowe with content connecting our community. You're watching NonStop Local KHQ at 6.
One man is dead, one person detained after a shooting on the South Hill this morning. That's according to the Spokane Police Department. Police say they received that call just before 9 this morning. Good evening. Welcome to NonStop Local KHQ at 6. I'm Sean Owsley. Neighbors in that area are sharing deep concerns about what they say is a shift in their peace of mind. NonStop Local KHQ's Noah Bolter spent the day speaking with them and has the latest details on the investigation.
Certainly not something we expect on a Thursday morning at 9 a.m. on the South Hill.
A shooting that surprised many.
A little concerning because that doesn't happen every day here on the South Hill.
I was floored, but so then I had to look it up, and sure enough there was. And so then I came out and all my neighbors are out here.
Unclear right now the relationship between the shooter and the victim.
I don't know that information yet.
Major Crimes is now investigating and detectives canvassing the neighborhood for footage of the shooter.
There is a neighbor that has the vehicle on her dash cam, and so I am hopeful that the police are able to find who they're looking for, as well as help possibly the victims that have been affected by this.
As the investigation continues, the gravity sets in.
I mean, that's 6 houses down from my house, so it definitely makes me uneasy. I'm thankful that nobody else was injured and affected by this. I'm sorry for the loss of the individual that didn't make it. But yeah, it's makes you think. Lock the doors. Make sure everything's tied up tight. Yeah, it's a little uneasy for sure.
In Spokane, I'm Noah Bolter, NonStop Local.
Spokane police tell us the victim is a man. The person they've detained is also a man, but we don't know his age, and no one else is injured in connection to that shooting. SPD says they'll likely release further specifics about what happened there tomorrow. As a reminder, if you do see breaking news in your area, scan the QR code on your screen, submit a tip on our news page. You can also submit through our website, the NonStop Local app, or send us an email, q6news@khq.com. About 100 students in Spokane Valley currently attending Opportunity Elementary School will soon be taking classes elsewhere as the CV School District implements a new school rezoning plan. District officials say it's to stabilize enrollment and support appropriate class size at Opportunity, Broadway, McDonald, Progress, and University Elementary Schools. McDonald Elementary Principal Scott Krentel estimates about 30 students will transfer to his school from Opportunity, but adds that not all students will be forced to move schools.
The district is allowing students, if there is room in their original school, to stay there as a grandfathered clause. And so like, oh, we're in 5th grade, is it okay if we just stay? Yes, absolutely, we have room to do that.
In the coming weeks, district plans to host meetings at each school to welcome new students and share further information about those special clauses and considerations, allowing some students to stay exactly where they are right now. New information tonight on that deputy. We have an update for you after he was shot Tuesday morning during a standoff in Stevens County. Stevens County Sheriff's Office sharing this update that many of you have asked about. That deputy was released from the hospital today, was escorted home where he'll be recovering with his family. The 50th running of Spokane's iconic Bloomsday race, well, it is looming. We are heading into Bloomsday weekend, a great weekend here in the Inland Northwest. 2 days and change before the starting gun is fired. As always, our entire NonStop Local crew will be along the race course, bringing you the action from every single angle live. Key member of the team and a Bloomsday perennial won't be with us this year. Our Tim Adams, as you well know, has been going through some serious health challenges. He is doing better tonight. He is on the way to recovery. That's the good news. Our Help Me Haley spoke with him earlier this week to share the message he wants to get out ahead of one of his favorite traditions, Bloomsday. We'll get Tim's story in a few minutes. We want to give you a big picture as we get closer to the actual race. Team coverage for you tonight. Heidi Miley joins us from the Bloomsday Trade Show. AJ Howell attended the news conference for the star athletes. We start with forecaster Tori Smith in for Leslie, keeping an eye on the skies. And the forecast, I think, looks picture perfect for my money.
Yeah, Sean, that is definitely exactly right. As we head into this weekend, I do want to take you into Bloomsday right off the bat. We're seeing a high of 79 degrees with a morning low of 50 degrees. We're expecting a light breeze, mostly sunny skies, and very limited rain chances as we head into the week. As for now, temperatures are warm. They're into the mid-70s, almost area-wide. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, seeing some warm temperatures right now. And we are expecting clear skies through the rest of this evening, with the exception of the Cascades. That's the only area seeing some of those clouds. They won't quite make it over that mountain range. Spokane and Coeur d'Alene can expect a hot day again tomorrow into the mid-70s. We're expecting a major warm-up by this weekend. We saw a high of 79 for Sunday, and it just gets warmer from there as we head into next week. We'll have more on your full forecast coming up shortly. Sean, back to you.
Tori, thank you. Before we know it, thousands of you will flood the streets of Spokane Sunday morning to take part in the Bloomsday 50th running of the race. AJ Howell's here live. First look at the elite division of runners and athletes and what we can expect. Good to see you, AJ.
Good to see you, Sean. Of course, for the past 50 years on the first Sunday of May, we can always count on runners lining the streets of Spokane. But this year, there's some external circumstances that might affect the elite runners. Of course, people from all over the world participate in both the men's and women's elite races and even the wheelchair open division. But prices for everything are going up, and that has caused a giant headache for Bloomsday's elite athlete coordinator, who says this field will not be like any other for a variety of reasons.
If I had to use a word for this year, it's pivot. It has been the most active and changing field I've ever had. In my time doing this, we have had a lot of issues with athletes arriving internationally, both from a visa standpoint and from a cost of flights issue.
Obviously, Indy saying that, in his time that this is probably the most who knows what's going to happen lineup. We're used to it kind of shifting last minute. Every once in a while somebody will be able to make a last minute flight, or they'll get a problem worked out last minute and be able to be here, somebody that really, is a front runner to watch. And so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out this year with a lot of shifts last minute.
I think that's something that we all take for granted. We show up, it's the first Sunday in May, it's Bloomsday, thousands of people on the street. But the logistics for the elites.
Yeah.
Challenging.
We're complaining about roads being blocked off sometimes, right? And they're trying to get here
down
from across
Riverside.
the world.
All right, thanks, AJ. Oh, before the big race kicks off, trade show. It's a tradition. It's happening Friday and Saturday at the Convention Center, NonStop Local KHQ's Heidi Miley live for us at the Spokane Convention Center, where vendors are hurrying to set up. Good to see you, Heidi. What will people find there?
Oh, so much, Sean. The vendors have been getting more and more of their items out behind me. You can see that. They've got some cool sunglasses here, some backpacks that use the remnants of other gears, so it's great on the environment. And I love these very colorful shorts. Of course, everybody comes here to get things like shoes and running outfits. You'll find all of that around here, but you'll also find some other things like the latest technology in easing sore muscles. There's some crazy new massagers and rollers that you can get, and also the grilled cheese from Franz's, some invitations to the after party at Kendall Yards. But I spoke to Fleet Feet, and they say all of this is really about the community that comes together.
It's a lot of fun, especially it being the 50th anniversary this year. So as far as what we're expecting this year, it's just more people coming through, and we're ready. So we're so excited to see 40,000 plus runners, not only on the streets on Sundays, but walking through this trade show, getting geared up for everything they need for Bloomsday.
Yeah, and I'm told it's not only about the latest and greatest technology and items out there, it's also a very large sale, so you can find some good sale prices here. Now, the big trade show opens up from 11:30 to 7 tomorrow, and then it is 9 to 5 on Saturday. Reporting live at the Convention Center in Spokane, I'm Heidi Miley, NonStop Local.
Heidi, thank you. Earlier this year, our beloved colleague Tim Adams became critically ill. It was a tough road. Family updates on his condition and hospital stay were seen and shared by so many of you on social media. We deeply appreciate that. Today, Tim's recovering at home. He credits his wife, the medical team, and love from our community in truly saving his life. But those closest to his healing journey say it's who Tim is. He's positive, and he's a miracle.
Oof, what a great day, though.
Yeah.
The little joys in life.
Beautiful. Beautiful, man.
Have never been lost on Tim Adams. Optimism is the foundation of who he is to the core.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it helped save his life.
He's had a smile on his face every time I've seen him. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing to have somebody with that much positivity. And I think that's certainly a big part of his recovery process, is going to be that mentality.
Early 2026.
I had this infected toe.
No way of knowing how bad it was or could get.
We really got all this other pain going, and I didn't connect them. So I was a mess all over.
His condition rapidly deteriorating. His wife Dorothy called 911.
And I said, we can drive. Then I saw through our windows, red lights out front. And I go, okay, let's take the ambulance.
It's a good thing he did. Dr. Harper was among the dedicated team of Sacred Heart experts who were there and ready.
It's a big group effort when someone comes in like this. And he was on death's doorstep, and especially that first week, it was touch and go for him.
Tim was in sepsis.
The bacteria got into the bloodstream. Once it gets into the bloodstream, then the body is essentially going to react to that bacteria. It can go really, really quick. It can crash the entire, your entire system, essentially.
But Tim and Team Tim.
She's my lifesaver.
Fought back.
They were helping me.
He had multiple surgeries in between his hospital stay and then time and rehabilitation. He was on Sacred Heart grounds for nearly a month. And now,
you have your glow back, Tim.
Thank you.
You really do.
Yeah, and I owe that to Dorothy.
Yep.
And the dream team that came together.
To get him on the road to recovery that he hopes can make a little 12K detour.
Some of my family and good friends are going to push me in this wheelchair. If I can get through this Bloomsday, I will have 49 shirts.
He's only out one from the 50-year tradition.
I missed the first Bloomsday because I was still away at college.
But every single race since.
I just love it.
Even during his 29 years of service to our country, he's done what he could to be Lilac City bound for the run.
When I was mobilized to Bosnia, you get to schedule your annual military leave. I scheduled it to be here. And for Bloomsday.
Then vacation days throughout his multi-state broadcasting career were always saved up for that first Sunday in May.
Why? What about Bloomsday just pulls you back each and every year?
You know, it's when we're all out there, whether it's 10,000 or 30,000, you're all of one beautiful mind with one goal, and to help each other.
A sentiment that means more than ever to Spokane's beloved Bloomy. Updates by Dorothy throughout his hospital stay were met with thousands showing support.
You know, the cards that have been coming in and the wonderful messages on social media just lift me. And when someone says they hope and pray are praying for you, how sacred is that? I mean, I just float on that like clouds.
You feel it.
I
You feel
feel
that
it.
love and support.
I do.
And in true Tim Adams fashion, he makes sure to put all that good energy right back into the place and the people he loves most.
Timmy, people see you as family. You are their family.
Now that's my wealth.
What would you like the community who loves you so much to know?
That I love them.
I know you do.
Haley Gunther, NonStop Local.
Two of the best right there to do it, Haley and Tim. And Haley, thanks for your care on the story, a comeback story. We love that. We love Tim here at KHQ. Tim, you know that. Many of you do as well. So many of you have messaged us. For those of you who are selected, we hope to see you with your Team Tim shirts on. Here's a first look at it here on the newscast. And obviously Tim's picture and then Team Tim. And now we only had a select number of these. So we actually had a drawing and people have been picking them up. Many of you asked, are there more available? And right now there are not, unfortunately. But that Tim is with us and he's come back and that he's going to be wheeling through Bloomsday. Say hi, give him a smile, give him some encouragement. And if you got a t-shirt, wear that out there. That's what this community does. That's why I've stayed here for so many years. It's so unique and special, heartfelt, deep sincerity from all of you. And we certainly appreciate it. And Tim, keep chugging, buddy. All right, still to come tonight at 6, Central Valley Senior shows off throwing skills and personality. Later in sports, meet this week's Student Athlete of the Week.
We're talking about the warm temperatures and sunshine through this weekend. We'll see you after the break with more NonStop Local.
Wouldn't be too much of a worry, but
Welcome back. It's a warm day across the inland Northwest. Many areas are still seeing those temperatures into the upper 70s. That's Tri-Cities, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, right about 70 degrees as of right now. 69 for Deer Park and 68 for Sandpoint. We're under mostly clear skies for today. Most of the cloud coverage is off towards the Cascades. Won't quite get over that mountain range. We're going to continue to hold on to this sunshine. Low temperatures overnight going to be into the mid 40s. We're seeing 49 towards Tri-Cities, 45 for Moses Lake, and 45 for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We have weak high pressure ridging going on across the Pacific Northwest and inland Northwest. This system will slowly start to break down by the time we get to your Friday. But just in time for Bloomsday, we're welcoming in some stronger high pressure off the Canadian coast. This is an interesting setup. It's called a Rex block. Now, all I want you guys to take away from that is it's high pressure on top of low pressure, and that means nothing but sunshine and warmer temperatures for us as we head into this weekend. For tomorrow, highs are going to be above average. They're going to be into the mid 70s. Post Falls, Deer Park seeing 74 degrees, 73 for Spokane Valley, and about 74 degrees for Coeur d'Alene as well. Northern counties staying a little bit toastier. We're seeing about 77 degrees towards Colville. As we head towards Winthrop, we're seeing about 75 degrees for your high and 79 closer towards Omak. The next couple of days, we're going to start to see some even warmer temperatures, actually about 15 degrees above average by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. If you take a look right here, you can see Spokane sitting roughly into those upper 70s by Monday, possibly even 80s. I'm thinking 80 is going to be more likely. Lewiston, LC Valley, Moses Lake, and Colville all reaching above 80 degrees by the time we get to Monday. This Sunday is Bloomsday, and we've got some great weather to talk about. Sunshine all the way through the weekend. We have a high of 79 degrees, again above average for this time of year. Some of the things that you can do to prep for Bloomsday, especially because of how hot it's going to be, is to start to hydrate now for this big event. It's best to hydrate 2 to even 3 days prior to when you do a big run like this. Slow pace early and don't skip those aid stations if you notice that you need to take a slight break. Drink plenty of water throughout the race as well. Going through this weekend, we're expecting to hold on to that sunshine. I do want to touch base on the instability. We are going to see a pretty unstable atmosphere by the time we get to Sunday afternoon. Now, I'm thinking a 10% chance of seeing possibly a lightning show. However, there isn't the moisture content that we need to see a severe storm start to appear. If anything, again, 10% chance of seeing some afternoon lightning. By Monday, we're into the 80s. First 80-degree day of the year for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and we hold on to well above average temperatures. We'll be back after the break.
live from the Northern Quest Sports Studio. This is SWX NonStop Local Sports.
First, we got exciting recruitment news for the Zags this week. Now it's a schedule announcement, and one that's been fun to watch in recent history. The Zags are matching up with the Duke Blue Devils. The game will be in Detroit, however, on February 20th. This matchup has been close the last 2 times by 3 points in 2021 and by 2 in 2018, Duke winning both of those games. This week, we head out to the track to see some field events to meet this week's Student Athlete of the Week.
Central Valley senior Cora Donley throws shot put and discus for the Bears and placed at state last year while keeping up a 3.7 GPA.
Cora's very spunky and she brings a lot for everyone. I know that track is interesting because everyone kind of gets into their little bubbles of events, but she branches out and touches everyone, and we have a really young team this year, so we feel lucky that she's here because they look to her for leadership a lot. Her willingness to give things all she's got is really contagious, and I think the whole team benefits from her presence.
Cora started playing sports at age 3. At CV, she also plays slow pitch softball and cheers, but it's throwing she wants to do in college.
I like how it's an individual sport, but it's where everybody can come together. It doesn't matter your body type or what you're good at. Anybody can do anything.
She's also in National Honor Society, on ASB leadership, and plays the cello in orchestra. How does she have time for everything?
I don't do homework. I just try to manage all my stuff in school, and then outside of school is for the things I enjoy. So if I can't get it done in school, then I'll take 20 minutes.
The future PE teacher and coach has a unique perspective on what's important and how she wants to be remembered.
I feel like making people feel comfortable is more important than winning. I've been on more losing teams than I have winning teams, but if you have fun, that's what matters, right? You don't remember how many games I've won, just how many I've had fun playing.
AJ Howell, SWX.
The STEM Student Athlete of the Week is made to you. Sean Osley with in-depth 360 coverage of content connecting our community. This is NonStop Local KHQ at 6:30.
According to the American Cancer Society, pancreatic cancer is estimated to kill 52,740 men and women in the United States this year alone. It is one of the deadliest types of cancer nationwide. Good evening and welcome to the 6:30. I'm Sean Owsley. Good to be with you. There is no standardized tool or early detection method for the disease. More than half of all patients are diagnosed at stage 4, when the cancer has started to spread to other parts of the body. At this stage, surgery and treatment are often not even an option. That leaves thousands of families scared, hopeless, or that they have no control at all over the situation. For one man in Pasco, Washington, his 7-year-old daughter is going above and beyond to take back what she can and continue the fight against pancreatic cancer. In tonight's 360 coverage, NonStop Local KNDU's Ava Wainhouse met the family and heard the story that has now inspired a nationwide movement to find a cure.
On Rio Grande Lane.
Hello, welcome to Little Cups Big Hearts.
There's a place to stop for lemonade.
Blue raspberry lemonade.
But this isn't just any refreshing drink.
Yeah, so we are a stand raising awareness for pancreatic cancer research and hopefully a cure.
Each cup, a symbol of hope.
One of our best ones is Once Upon a Time.
For Juan Solano and others like him.
This is our attempt to write a different ending to pancreatic cancer.
Something that can be tragic, like bad news of cancer. Little Cup's big heart has turned it into magic. Yeah.
A loving father battling what's now stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
It's unbearable pain. I never felt pain like this ever in my life before. It's very painful, very painful.
Juan's cancer is at the distant stage on the SEER database, meaning it's spread from his pancreas to other parts of the body, like his lungs, liver, or bones. According to the American Cancer Society, the 5-year survival rate for this stage is only 3%, based on patients diagnosed between 2015 and 2021.
It's been a rough go.
Juan was diagnosed with distant stage in February of this year.
A cancer journey within a family can feel very lonely, and you feel like you don't have a lot of control.
Juan's wife, Kelsey, by his side every step of the way. And that goes for the whole family, including Manuela.
Yeah.
She's fighting for her dad.
She wanted some control over what was happening, and she wanted to help.
And we're funding for research because we're fighting for a cure.
How long have you been doing Little Cups Big Hearts? How long has it been now?
For a couple weeks.
Just a couple weeks? Do you plan to go through the whole summer?
Yeah.
I'm sure the weather's getting really nice, so you guys are getting a lot of customers.
Yeah, a lot of customers.
This is what we want to dedicate to, and it's all because of a 7-year-old.
Now an established nonprofit, Little Cups Big Hearts, with a logo hand-drawn by a hopeful daughter and drink names representing so much more than lemonade, is making strides in the Tri-Cities and beyond, with stands even expanding to Indiana.
Oh my word, it's been incredible.
All proceeds going towards pancreatic cancer research.
We want to raise $1 million.
A mighty goal for a mighty family.
It gave my husband hope, it gave my children hope, and it gave us as a family something to unite and fight for.
Working today.
Keep getting hope from wherever we can get it. I'm a Muslim now.
For a better tomorrow.
Would you like some hope in your cup?
Yes.
All right.
And Ava Wainhouse joins us now live from the NonStop Local Tri-Cities studio. Good evening, Ava. Tell us more about the nationwide impact and why Indiana specifically. Why are stands popping up there?
Hey, Sean, so great to see you. Yeah, the first stand that popped up in Indiana was hosted by Family of the Solanos. And actually, during the second weekend of May, Franklin College Kappa Delta Rho is doing another stand. Kelsey has a nephew connected there. They're telling me another stand popping up in California, ran by a complete stranger who saw their story online and signed up to host a stand. And Sean, Kelsey and Juan's oldest daughter, Alina, is working as their national youth ambassador, making sure the word gets out there to younger people, keeping them engaged in this conversation, bringing action and energy to pancreatic cancer advocacy. It's really a great effort popping up all across the nation.
We're deeply appreciative of them sharing their story and the pain and their journey. They put on a brave face, but you know they're scared, and all of them collectively. Big question, Ava, what is next for Juan? What do the next steps look like for him on this journey and this battle?
Yeah, it's just so scary, Sean. I mean, this family is so hopeful and so loving, and they have such a positive outlook. Just last night, Kelsey posted on Instagram that Juan was preliminarily accepted into a clinical trial at Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center with a hopeful start date of May 7th here soon. They're in the final step of that process now, just waiting for the sponsor to review his information and give them the official confirmation of his spot. If everything moves forward, Juan will begin a medication designed to target his specific mutation. The goal is to gain better control of the cancer, ultimately reducing the tumor size. We're hopeful for them. Sean?
Yeah, we're deeply hopeful. Ava Wainhouse reporting. Good to have you at 6:30, and thanks for sharing their brave story, Ava. Thank you. Big Six headlines tonight. 4 students at Tacoma High School are in the hospital after a fight reportedly escalated into a multiple stabbing event. According to Fox 13 News in Seattle and other news agencies, including the Tacoma News Tribune, officers responded to Foss High School and found 4 students in critical condition, a security guard with minor injuries. Officers located and arrested the suspect, who was later identified as a student there. Witnesses tell authorities and the news stations there the fight started over vaping.
Okay, in class, we hear this is a lockdown, okay? And then everybody's like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden, I see the video airdropped to my friend's phone, and we seen the whole video happen of the whole fight and stuff. And it was just crazy. It was so bad. There was blood everywhere. They only fought because over a puff bar. I feel really grateful, because if he wasn't there, it probably would have even escalated even more. Yeah, there could have been several more injuries.
As far as we are aware, all other students were able to be reunited with their families. A woman accused of fatally stabbing and shooting her ex-boyfriend in his Meade area home will be given more time to prepare for her trial. Prosecutors allege that Cynthia Khalil killed Justin Daniel in April of 2024 after reportedly breaking into Daniel's home in the middle of the night. Inside of the home that night was one of Daniel's children, and the couple had recently ended a custody dispute, resulting in Daniel being awarded primary custody of the toddler that the two share. The case has already seen multiple delays legally and was supposed to be before a jury this week. The family of Justin Daniel has been devastated by the continued setbacks in the judicial process. They say he was a devoted father and loved his daughters more than anything in the world. During today's hearing, the judge ruled the defense must have their case in order ready by May 18th. A judge in Thurston County has partially blocked Washington State's new law enforcement standards bill just one day before it was set to go into effect. This comes in response to a lawsuit from law enforcement leaders in our area, including Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles, who spoke to us today. Here's Pulse anchor Bradley Warren with a closer look.
The lawsuit was filed by sheriffs from Spokane, Pend Oreille, Stevens, and Ferry counties, each of them voicing concerns, especially on what they perceived was a law that took power away from you, the voter. Here's a breakdown of what the judge ruled. The preliminary decision blocks these elements of SB 5974, new equal standards for county sheriffs and police chiefs. If you fail to meet those new requirements or you get a state certification revoked, that's ground for removal from the position. The bill also set requirements, with the biggest pain point being that you have to have 5 years of uninterrupted law enforcement service, which would disqualify anyone who left temporarily and came back. Other requirements include continuing training for new and veteran officers. Now, the state auditor's office, they did an audit, and what they found is that law enforcement members are already behind in compliance to the tune of 14% of new officers and 16% of veteran officers when it comes to getting that training completed. The audit, though, also laid out what the barriers could be in preventing this from being fulfilled, including a lack of enforcement authority to encourage officer participation and police agencies facing challenges when it comes to scheduling in-person courses. Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles also spoke out specifically that he believes that this bill takes power away from voters and does not consult them when it comes to removing an officer they elected. We were the only station to speak to him today on this topic.
What this legislation also changed is the CJTC doesn't have the authority to fire any peace officer anywhere in this state. They only have the authority to revoke their peace officer certification. So this legislation would have treated elected sheriffs differently and chiefs differently by giving the CJTC the authority to actually fire the head of an agency. And they don't have the authority to fire anybody else in the state.
Sheriff Knowles also spoke to us about how important the ruling was when looking forward to their continued legal fight against legislatures.
It's a temporary injunction. There will be far more legal processes and challenges from the state's side and perspective, and we will continue through this process of making our arguments about the entirety and all of the constitutional issues in that legislation going forward.
The sheriff also emphasized that in the state constitution right now, the only way to remove a law enforcement leader is through a recall. With that all being said, we did reach out to proponents of the bill, but we've not heard back from anyone as we are on air right now. When we receive those statements, we're going to let you know through our website, nonstoplocal.com, and our app. But for now, from the Pulse Studios, I'm Bradley Warren, NonStop Local.
Bradley, thank you. We did receive a response recently from a spokesperson for State Senator Lovick, a sponsor of the bill, which the senator says they won't comment on ongoing litigation. Late today, the federal attorney for Washington, D.C. released brand new video of Cole Thomas Allen, who authorities say opened fire outside the White House Correspondent Dinner. President Trump was inside at the time, as you well know. First half of the 5-minute video released online appears to show Allen walking around various hallways in the gym of the Washington Hilton Hotel. After that, the video shows the suspect armed with a rifle charging through a group of Secret Service security personnel as they all turn to shoot in his direction. Allen made his second appearance in court today, where he waived his right to challenge his detention in jail, opting to stay in custody as he awaits trial. Leadership for retired police and firefighters in Washington State are making good on their claims during the legislative session.
Using pension funds to patch a hole in the state budget is folly. The state and federal law says pension funds are for the benefit of the pension members. Honor the law. If you do not, certainly legal action will follow.
And it has. Today, a class action lawsuit filed claiming the law passed following that February legislative public hearing puts billions in retiree benefits at risk for those that are entitled to said benefits. Plaintiffs say that law could increase the risk of loss for future state payments and reduce protection for retirees. The law calls for the excess funds within law enforcement officers and firefighters' retirement system Plan 1 to be transferred to the general fund. Plaintiffs are asking the court to block the fund transfer and declare that law unconstitutional. Average price of gas, Washington, hit a new record high this morning. The average is now $5.57 a gallon, 2 cents higher than the previous high set in June of 22. This is a map from AAA showing gas prices across the country. Those states you see in red paying anywhere from $4.46 to more than $6 a gallon, including Washington State. NonStop Local's Jared Cottingham talked with drivers about the higher prices they're paying.
We need change. Our region can easily see with our own eyes the gas prices continuously rising, but what we can't see is the impact it's having on drivers, commuters driving from an hour away to work in Spokane.
It sucks.
Some even bringing emotions, almost tears, to their eyes about how these gas prices are hurting their pockets.
I don't drive as much.
It's killing me. I'm a full-time college student. I'm back to work after medical leave at 20 hours a week. It sucks.
Commuters at the pumps are emphasizing that they have no choice but to pay for gas, no matter how much it costs.
I don't know where it's going to end. You know, we don't know where.
I'd like to see the prices come down, that's for sure. I miss it when it was like $2 a gallon.
I'm also told by people walking around here at the pumps that even their bus tickets are continuing to increase. Reporting in Spokane, Jared Cottingham, NonStop Local.
More to come here tonight on NonStop Local at 6:30. The FTC reporting billions lost in social media scams last year. What platforms had the most and what you can look out for when you're online. Plus, our one good thing is sheriff's deputies respond to a call and then went way beyond the call of duty to help a mom in need. We'll have that for you coming up a little later tonight.
And we're tracking the constant sunshine across the inland Northwest with some warmer temperatures on the way for this weekend and for Bloomsday. We'll see you right back here after the Welcome back. I want to start with this beautiful photo. This is from Tom. He calls it a ghost sunset. You can kind of see that ghost in there. It's really cool, but you can scan the QR code and send us your weather pictures as well. This was out of Spokane. Temperatures right now are into the 70s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're seeing about 56 towards Lookout Pass, even warmer as you head off towards the coast into the Tri-Cities and Moses Lake. We have clearing skies continuing overnight, lots of sunshine as of right now. And you can see a little bit of cloud coverage along the Cascades. Won't quite make it to us here in Spokane. We have weak high pressure ridging starting to break down all the way through Friday, but that keeps us just toasty enough through your Friday. Then by Saturday and Sunday, we have strong high pressure starting to move off the Canadian coast, and that'll bring us some sunshine and well above average temperatures by the time we get to the late weekend and early week. Most of us into the 80s by the time we get to Sunday. By the time we get to Monday, that should be our first 80-degree day, almost area-wide, for the 2026 year so far. As we head through the weekend, we're going to really start to warm up. You can see 79 is our Bloomsday high. This is specifically for Spokane. Mostly sunny skies is expected, and if you're out the door bright and early for the run, it's going to be right around 50 degrees for that morning low. Some of the things you're going to want to keep in mind if you are getting out for Bloomsday is there could be a minor heat risk at large, and you're going to want to stay hydrated. You can start fueling now. Make sure to eat carbohydrates before you run. We have 3 days prior is when you should start to do all that hydrating. Drink consistent water throughout the next couple of days as well and during the race. Light colored clothing and sunscreen and sunglasses are also recommended, as well as watch out for any types of heat-related injuries during your run. There is something I do want to point out for Bloomsday in particular, and you can see this green and blue on the map here. This is the threat of our instability in the atmosphere for Bloomsday. I'm not expecting any rain whatsoever. We don't have the water vapor in the atmosphere for any type of rain. What we do have is just that weak instability, so that could technically lead to a lightning show in the evening hours. So just want to throw that out there. Very unlikely, but just want to throw that out there. Okay, by the time we get to Monday, we're having our first 80-degree day of the year so far. It's going to be toasty, and that trend continues all week long into next week as well. But Sean, I want to get your opinion on this. What are you thinking about some of these warm temperatures?
You know, we usually turn the corner to about what you're showing when we turn the calendar to May. So it's all aligning like it has for so many years here. I love your Bloomsday forecast. I mean, that is, if you run, that is a picture perfect temperature.
I love it. It's going to be a beautiful weekend.
All right, Tori, appreciate you filling in for Leslie tonight too. Have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
According to a study in the journal Alzheimer's and Dementia, even small amounts of ultra-processed food could affect brain health. Study says increasing daily intake by 10% was linked to a higher risk of dementia. Health experts say these foods may lack key nutrients needed for brain function. Researchers suggesting cutting back and replacing these foods with whole and minimally processed foods. FTC is reporting 30% of people who were scammed say it happened through social media, with scammers defrauding people out of $2.1 billion last year alone. FTC says Facebook was the most common platform, followed by WhatsApp and Instagram. The most common scams were in shopping with products never arriving and offers to teach people how to invest money. Trending tonight, it's that time of year for the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. The 26th Kentucky Derby runs this weekend. The race held annually on the first Saturday in May at Churchill Downs in Louisville. It's the oldest continuously running sport event in the U.S. Many gather dressed in the famously extravagant hats, mint juleps to watch 20 horses compete for a $5 million grand prize. We'll also have a digital 5 p.m. show tomorrow. Coming up this weekend at NonStop Local during a Network Kentucky Derby special. Here's Contessa Brewer with your business headlines.
This is CNBC News Now. I'm Contessa Brewer. Markets were up sharply across the major indices in Thursday's trading as investors bought on the heels of some strong corporate earnings reports. The Dow gained 790, the S&P 500 was up 73, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ added 219. The House of Representatives Thursday finally passed legislation to reopen the Department of Homeland Security. It had been partially shut down since mid-February, but the bill doesn't provide any new money for immigration enforcement, and that was seen as a major win for Democrats. The bill now goes to the president for his signature. And the vote came just as paychecks were about to be delayed once again for DHS employees. According to the Commerce Department Thursday, core inflation hit 3.2% in March. Consumers are facing escalating prices amid soaring oil costs. The Commerce Department also reported GDP grew at a 2% rate in the first quarter. That was lower than the consensus estimate of 2.2%, but it was bolstered by a strong increase in business spending in categories closely tied to AI. That's today's CNBC News Now.
And we go to Colorado for tonight's One Good Thing, where sheriff's deputies responded to a call from a mom who said she could no longer provide a safe home for her 7-year-old son. The mom told them that despite working 2 jobs, her power had been shut off because she simply could not afford the bill, and that all her food had gone bad, leaving her with nothing to feed her son or herself. Well, hearing that, the deputies, well, you know what happens next. They stepped up. They took both the mom and her son to Walmart, bought her more than $300 in groceries using gift cards and their own money. And they also helped the mom get power back in her home. Remember, there is always good in the world if you know where to look. That's a wrap on the 6:30. We'll see you here tomorrow night. Take care.